ways to look at that, right? You know, a lot of people are like, he didn't do anything wrong. He's by himself partying and harmless. Nobody got hurt. Why is he getting punished so far? But then you look at it, you can't. Guys have gotten punished way worse for smaller things. So you got to find the happy medium, and I think that the ideal punishment, or the punishment for me, I thought the 2 games made sense. I think 8 games on top of the 2, or if it was total 8, it makes um somewhat sense. I thought maybe it was gonna be around 5 games or so. Obviously, they have to make an example, right? So Adam
Yeah,
Silver
but
did a
he
good
already
job.
had taken time. He did the time away, the 6 games that he missed. It's almost like a self suspension almost.
For
But
sure.
but he said he was getting counseling in Florida. So I'm curious what you thought about that as well. And
Which is, I think, is is very necessary and much needed. I think it's a step in the right direction for him and for that group. I think this year for them is I wouldn't say a rebuild year, but a year of like getting more experience, especially with a lot of those younger guys. With the fact that they have Steven Adams out, and we don't know if he's returning for playoffs or not. Brandon Clark being out, that kind of takes you out of championship contention. Now, Jaren Jackson is a very talented player. Desmond Bane's a very talented player. These guys are really great. Dylan Brooks. You have some guys on the bench. You got, Luke Kennard, David Roddy, Tyus Jones, who is now starting and held down the fort for quite some time. These are all great pieces for a championship team when you have everybody whole. But without Steven Adams and out Brandon Clark, it's pretty much a tough battle uphill to try to, put them in the, championship contending conversation. I don't see that happening. So, good job back on the right path, getting him learning and growing and maturing, getting those other guys healthy and getting everybody else, the younger guys, more maturity of playing together more, which said hopefully back next year, I think will put them where they started this year as a championship contending team. But him taking time away, great. I guess it is a great sign of growth, for him mentally, emotionally, and a maturity level. But we'll see what he does from here. How he goes and how he reacts. He's always going to play well on the court. That's never been his issue. He's always been a great player and done things at an amazing level, impressively to shock and entertain the world. Now it's how can you handle the attention? How can you handle everything else off the court? And with all the things thrown at him, it's tough. With the handling and managing friends, family, partying, and enjoying yourself as a young, millionaire. Not everybody knows how to operate in that. So, hopefully that he can, figure it out and do this a little better. And I think he will. And it'll make not only him, but the rest of his group stronger, smarter, more mature, where he can lead them to a better path and they can, grow from it. So interesting to see. I'm excited and see him back on the court. I'm happy that he's in a better mind space. I'm glad the suspension wasn't too crazy. Hopefully, the sponsors are, backing out on him. Hopefully, they're still supporting him. And I'm excited what he can bring back to the game of basketball in this league because, the fans miss him dearly. I'm sure the city of Memphis miss dealing. His teammates do, and a lot of people around the league miss competing against him. So, I'm interested to see what happens or what takes place on Wednesday.
yeah, you bring up Ja and you mentioned the injuries there to Steven Adams and Brandon Clark. I think with the way the West is looking right now, it's in shambles, bro.
Still up in there, right?
Nuggets are losing left and right. We don't know what's going on with the Warriors, particularly with Andrew Wiggins, if he's will return to the court. Mavericks are dealing with injuries. Clippers are having an issue with Russell Westbrook, whether they see it or not. It's evident. And their starting line and their closing lineups. The Phoenix Suns,
Lakers.
Phoenix can't get healthy. And their star players have a history of being unhealthy in key moments or in the playoffs. Lakers, we don't know if LeBron's going to make it back for the regular season. We'll talk about that later. I think I got to give the Grizzlies a shot because
they're still up
nobody
there.
Nobody else is impressing. And I did see tonight, or at least Monday night when we were recording this, Santi Aldama did have a career high in points. And I do think from the time that I was watching you while you were there, or watching the team while you were there, I do think playing Jaren, who's played really good since Ja went out, playing Jaren at the 5, Santi at the 4, does open up some more offense for a team that usually struggles in the half court in a playoff setting. I think that opens up things a lot because Jaren has shown the ability to take people off the bounce, and Santi's not afraid to shoot. I think they might have found something, a little lineup here, especially while Ja has been gone. They've had some success.
I agree, and I told you from the beginning of the season when they had guys out, even when Jaren was out, I said Santi's going to have to be the guy to step up for them, to make them or keep them afloat while Jaren's out, and also be the X factor to help them give some half court scoring, but also some scoring off the bench when it came in. Brandon Clark, of course, with him being out now, but him and Tyus were the main two guys. Now that he's out, Santi's going to have to be that guy. Interesting enough, like you said, you went down the list of the West. It is very open and up in the air. It's crazy to say the only consistent